So y'all tell me, what's my skin color, gang? Like, am I like a caramel complex type, what I'm saying, type person, or am I like a cafe coffee type person, light brownish, red? Like, how would you describe my skin color? You know what I'm saying? You know, because I would describe my skin color as like a caramel shade. I know people like you can't say that nowadays. If you're a man, you can't say caramel. I've seen a video like you can't call yourself caramel if you're a dude. I'm like, what? That we've always said that. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I ask is because I've been seeing a lot of videos lately about biracial people or mixed race people, and honestly, how I'm feeling, like, I don't know when it started exactly, but I haven't called myself mixed or biracial since I was in high school. And I remember having sort of maybe a sense of pride in saying that or having that title. But in my adult years, I don't call myself biracial or mixed anymore. And honestly, I feel like every single time I see one of these biracial or mixed people making these videos online, I don't really relate to them. I don't relate. And it's like I don't see myself as one of them. I'm black and I'm Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody asks you, are you black? Yes. Are you Latin? Yes. Are you Puerto Rican? Yes. Are you mixed? Yes. Are you biracial? Technically, yes. But I don't call myself biracial or mixed. I'm either black or I'm Puerto Rican or I'm black and I'm Puerto Rican. And that's just the way I've been for like years now. So when I see these videos, I don't relate to them. Like people that are biracial or mixed, they seem to be, or they want to be in their own little club. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it or having pride in who you are, but I think a lot of them have dealt with so much, racism within their own communities, whether it be the black community or the white community, oftentimes within their own family structure, that it kind of poisoned their minds a little bit. So they just kind of feel like I'm not either one, I'm both, I'm on my own, we're in our own category. And I just don't agree with that, me personally, for myself. Um, and I was wondering, like, why don't I agree with that? Is what's different about me? And I was thinking maybe it's my skin color, maybe because of the fact that I'm darker. So most people, when they see me, they just automatically assume that I'm black. Most educated people would be like, nah, he's mixed with something. You know what I'm saying? But I never really go into detail unless we want to go into detail. Unless we take it there, I'm not taking it there. You know what I'm saying? I'm black and I'm Puerto Rican. I'm both, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm either or, depending on how I feel that day. I don't separate myself. Like when Puerto Ricans are talking and we, you know what I'm saying, they're waving the flags, I'm like, Wepa, Puerto Rico, what's up? What's up, Papa? You know what I'm saying? Like, but when we get to talk about black issues, I'm black too. I'm black. You feel me? So I've never ran away from either term. I remember when I was younger, there was a sense of, damn, I wish I was either all black or all Puerto Rican because this mixed stuff, I'm being in the middle, it's annoying. That was when I was younger. And yeah, I dealt with some instances where people felt like I wasn't black enough. Some black people, including my bro from So Real, he used to call me Mexican all the time, but it never used to like bother me like that. I just be like, bro, I'm Puerto Rican. Like, no diss to my Mexican brothers and sisters out there. I love my Mexican brothers and sisters. I believe that in my heart, I'm part Mexican. In my heart, I'm part Mexican, but no, I'm Puerto Rican and black. You feel me? So, and then like a lot of the Puerto Ricans, because darker skin. Not, I won't say it's a huge like I've dealt with it in a big way, but I would say like a couple times, maybe a few times in my life, I felt like I wasn't Puerto Rican enough. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fact that I don't speak fluent Spanish. So I'm working on that right now. But as of right now, I do not speak fluent Spanish. So that's always been a hindrance and kind of like a dividing factor of why a lot of Puerto Ricans probably don't vibe with me. So I'm one of those Puerto Ricans that, I'm half Puerto Rican technically, but, I don't speak Spanish. I'm working on that. But like I said, I've dealt with a few instances in life, but as I got older, I just always knew. Like somebody made a comment on one of the mixed race videos or posts that I was watching, and they said, "When you know you black, you know it. You know it. You know what I'm saying? You don't. There's no question about it." And I feel like a lot of mixed race people, perhaps primarily mixed race or biracial people that are mixed with black and white in particular. See, I'm black and Latin or black and Puerto Rican, whatever you want to describe it as. I feel like it could be a different dynamic between being black and Puerto Rican or black and Mexican or black and Cuban, whatever you are, black and some kind of Latin versus being black and white. I think black and white people may have their own type of experiences because of the fact that they're mixed with white. So they may experience a lot more racism and a lot more prejudice and bigotry than I think I have in my life. And I'm not positive about that. So I'm asking you guys, like, if you are multiple races, you call yourself mixed race or biracial, whatever, tell me what you are in the comment section. And if you have experiences like that, if you've ever been like singled out for not being one race, or you felt discriminated against because you were biracial or mixed, please let us know in the comment section, and like tell us about your experiences. Because like for me, like I said in the beginning of this video, I really don't relate to those type of videos. I just don't. I know I'm black. Like I've had no reservations about that. People remind me that I'm black every single day. I've never had any reservations about knowing if I'm black or not. It's never been an issue for me. Never. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it always kind of made me feel a certain way that I don't know Spanish, because I feel like that's a whole part of my identity and my heritage that I haven't fully, not that I haven't fully embraced it, but I haven't fully learned it yet. I haven't. So in a way, I can't really vibe with a lot of my Puerto Rican family, because, and not direct family, but just Puerto Ricans in general, because I don't know Spanish. And thankfully, I'm half Puerto Rican, so it's a lot of Puerto Ricans, because Puerto Rico is still technically a territory of the United States. Pretty much most Puerto Ricans know English, and that's been a advantage for me. But that is something that I'm working on. But like I said before, I've never had any reservations. I know who I am, and I just wish other biracial or mixed people knew who they were, so that they wouldn't necessarily have to feel like they have to separate from black people. Because just because a certain black person is ignorant and they don't think you're black enough, or your white side of the family is racist and they don't think you're white enough, like, you should be secure in who you are as a person. And maybe again, maybe that has a lot to do with my parents, because they raised me. My mother is a Puerto Rican woman, but by all accounts, she's a black woman. Like, she identifies as, she's not one of these Puerto Ricans that identifies as white. She identifies as black. Like, she knows where Puerto Ricans come from. She was raised in the hood. Like, that's all she knows. You know what I'm saying? She's like, she knows that Puerto Ricans are part black. And, I know that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. I'm not going to get into it in this one. But to me, all Puerto Ricans, whether you got, a certain percent, any percentage of black, you part black. And I wish more Puerto Ricans would embrace that. And don't get me wrong, a lot of them do. I would dare to say a solid majority, or at least a solid half of them, or a good portion of them, know where they come from. And that's not an issue for them. But there are a segment of Puerto Ricans that just do not want to embrace their African side, their African roots, when it's clearly there. So let me know your experiences in the comment section. Remember, love more than you hate. Love, peace, and light. And until the next video, I'm out.